Hi everyone and welcome back to the character building playthrough. We changed up our attire. We have a little bit of a mixture going on. We have the tree surcoat and the traveler's gloves and slops. Looks pretty nice, and yeah, I always like to mix up fashion a little bit while playing through the game. Just changes up the dynamic a little bit. And last time we did talk about rune farming. We talked about where to go, and honestly, as I said, you don't need to farm per se in this playthrough, because we will probably end up at right around 125 anyways. But yeah, as I said in that episode, I think it's important to point the farms out where they are. As I said, two of them I discovered by myself just while playing through the game, and one of them was a suggestion by a friend of mine who saw a video on the bird kill. So yeah, good spots. What we would need to get though is in Kalit there is the abandoned cave. I think it's around here somewhere. It could be over here actually, I'm not too sure. Where you can find the golden scarab, which will increase your rune acquisition by a lot. Mix that in with a couple of gold pickled foul foot. So if you want to farm for runes, definitely consider those items for yourself, right? We want to head on a little bit though, because we would like to get the Mimic tier unlocked today and level it up a little bit as well. So that is our immediate goal. And which is the goal we are starting to work towards. Now, we arrive in Nokron, and there is always like a jump that makes me a little bit nervous, which is this one over here. It's not too precise, but it always like makes me a little bit nervous. Whew. You get the Ghost Flame Torch here. There is a use for that. We might talk about that later on. Silver Tier Husk, and we meet those guys here. Ow! As you can see, they take like 4 hits, which quite a lot considering those are just blobs, right? So there's no reason for us to kill these guys. They don't drop anything that I can think of that would be beneficial or useful to us, so we mostly just try to ignore those guys. Not the easiest thing to do, but we will try, Let's heal up. Oop, that was ill-timed to say the least. Hello frame rate, would you please chill out a bit, thank you. Drop down here. Okay. My guard was gone pretty much instantly there. That surprised me a little bit, not gonna lie. But as you can see, the damage we take is ramping up significantly now. That is just something that happens over the course of the game. Certain areas especially have extremely high damage output. We get the Ghost Glowfort 3, which is good. We will take this Site of Grace right here, and we can get a couple of things in this area which will be useful to us. Mainly, let's check. No, it's on the other side. Mainly here in the center is an item that we would like to get. The Ghost Glowfort Picker Spell Bearing. What a tongue twister, holy smokes. But yeah, that will allow us to buy a couple of the low tier upgrade materials. And get a Smithing Stone 3 over here. Also, there is a fun summon that we can pick up. And as you see over here is another Glowfort. That's another Ghost Glowfort tier 3, so we take that with us. Let's keep picking up a couple of silver tier husks. Come in here, grab an Larval Tear, which we will need to respec. And yeah, so we have a couple of them now, which is good. Come into this here. Great Shield, Soldier Ashes. These can be a lot of fun. They can tank pretty nicely on a... Oh, that could be death actually. A Smithing Stone tier 5. Let's heal up. Yeah, that's a mess. Let's just get the hell out of dodge here. Oh boy. Oh boy. I didn't remember those guys to gank up so quickly on you, but... Oh well. That's okay. We don't want to mess with the Perfumer down there, so we will grab Golden Rune 7 and just jump down over here. Get the Shiny, which is another Larval Tear. Very nice. And as you can see, there is a boss fight ahead of us. But first, when you drop down here, turn around, get a Rune Arc. There are usually tons of messages here. First off behind, yeah, exactly. There's so many people who write this here, just to make sure that people get this. Now, if you want to make this fight very easy for yourself, just take off the equipment. You could also take off the armor if you wanted to, because this is the Mimic tier boss fight. So let this guy spawn in. Go ahead and... Oh, we should have cleaned up our inventory a little bit. That's okay. There we go. Fist against swords. You probably know where this is going. Nice bleed proc there. Weapon art for good measure. And yeah, basically just beat up the Mimic. Which is not that easy. Sometimes the dodges are on point. There we go. Can throw in a couple of weapon arts, especially to punish heals. Another bleed proc, nice. More of the weapon art. And there is no need to rush. Finish up the fight. Good stuff. You also want to get the bow back in. You get the Silver Tier Mask, a Larval Tear as well, which is greatly appreciated. We should have a couple of those now, actually. Like, a good amount. Yeah, we are already up to 6 of them, which is very, very nice. We also should have enough runes for... Do we have enough runes for a level up, though? Yeah, we do. Sweet, so let's take care of that. More Arcane. The current plan is to get Arcane to 50 before we level something else. Just wanted to point that out once more, in case you are playing ahead, or in case you are rune farming at this point. Oh, hello. I forgot about you. You should be like a Smithing Stone, I think? Yes, a Somber 5. Awesome. Exactly what we need and want at the moment. That is perfectly fine by me. Alrighty, let's continue and remember that site over there. Yeah. We are, if we take a quick look at the map, we were dealing with this area of the map over here before, right? And now we are dealing with this whole space over here. Okay, so this area, pretty much the same thing as before. Light all the things you have to light up to gain access to a boss fight. No, there's no item here actually. Okay. Let's see if they notice us. Well, we will deal with this whole area later. We can actually light this one up though, since it's just here, right? Hello. No. No. But let's move on. Let's move on. We want to come back for this. in a little bit. First, we have something else that we would like to do, which is progress Ranni's questline. And there is a site of grace over here. And now for some platforming, and we will get the Mimic Tear ashes very soon. So let's make sure we go over to here, around the corner, and just roll over to this side. Grab the rejuvenating boluses here. There we go, just wanted to be extra safe. Come up to here. Grab the rune arc. And if I remember correctly, this is just a dead end, but you get the Celestial Dew, which is an item you need to receive absolution. Basically, if you mess up a NPC questline, if somebody is angry at you, this is the item you need to have in stock to make it so they are no longer angry at you. There we go. So yeah, I find it useful to have those around. We have two, holy smokes, that was a little bit too close for my liking. Speaking of too close for my liking, that was definitely way too close for my liking. But yeah, if you ever are on the brink of a deadly fall, quit out the game, reload, you're fine again. Because the game does store the last stable position you were. Do you know what? This is gonna get annoying if you don't get rid of Mrs. Crossbow here, but... Uh-oh! Oh my... Oh, what? Okay then. Okay, we are back where we fell to our doom, or we got felled. I don't know why this guy behind there spawned. We must have been... yeah. That crossbow... Fuck! Why are you so dodgy today? What is going on? Fleet this silver tier, there we go, that's a kill. Oh my god. Just R1 spam. There we go. Holy smokes, the damage! I was not expecting that. Not at all was I expecting that hefty damage. Wow. Maybe it was a bad idea to change fashion. Ow! I have two crossbow bolts in my shoulder and my chest. Ow! Oh no! Here is something fun to do. You can run around this building to get nascent butterflies. And it is time to cross over. And there we go. Drop down to here. And whoopsie. Pick up the silver tier husk. Also... the black wet blade that unlocks... hello. That unlocks the occult infusion for us, which is an infusion that scales off the arcane stat. So definitely useful. There we go. Also poison and blood infusions. Very nice. So if you find an Ash of War that we prefer to the Bloody Slash, we can change Bloody Slash out and still have the Bleed infusion. Here we will invest one Stone Sword key to gain access to the Mimic Tear ashes, which they are in this chest. There we go. Now the Mimic Tear was nerfed. Also Smithing Stone 3. This one was nerfed quite a bit, actually. But it is still pretty decent. And especially on an arcane build, it helps you build up status so much faster. That I think it's still worth it. I only can think of one or two other summons, excuse me, that would be more beneficial to us at the moment. Now here's the fun part. This boulder, I should have upgraded the bow, because this will now take a while, but... wait a second, we should be using Barrage for this. Yep. There we go. There is a perfumer down there. And he will try to climb the ladder. I managed in the past that this guy was getting rolled over by... There we go! By this boulder, which is always fun. And yeah, if you have an upgraded bow, this will be going way faster for you. Let's refill our FP. We still have arrows, right? Yeah, but we don't have stamina. Okay. Let's change that. We have him down to half health. Why are we killing this boulder? He will drop us something we want. Actually, this has the potential to be scary. So let's get rid of that guy first. And just pelt this guy with arrows again. I know it's time consuming and boring, but if you upgrade your bow and not being a dum-dum like I was, honestly a +6 bow would already be enough to get this process to a better time frame. And also we're out of FP, so we have to deal with the still pretty good fire rate of the short bow actually. But that should be the last arrow. There we go. Why killing these things? They drop Larval Tears, but only on your first kill. Keep that in mind. You cannot farm these things. They never dropped a Larval Tear again. At least for me, and at least all the ones I have found. If there is one that does it, I would like to know where this thing is. But yeah, we will light this grace. We don't have the need to sit at it, which is good. And we will just run forward. And if you haven't done Celestial Dew, nice, we take that. Also the Golden Rune 7. And the Soft Cotton. This guy transforms into a giant, so be aware. Run up here. So, if you haven't done Ranni's quest, you will not be able to open this chest. That is the prerequisite to get the Fingerslayer Blade. And as a bonus you get a Great Ghost Glowthwart, which is used to max out one of your better summons. Or the Renowned Ashes as they are called, right? Let's see where this waygate takes us, because I forgot. Alright, actually back to Disgrace up here. That's decent. Alrighty, so before we tackle this whole area here, we can go back to over here, teleport to Ranni's Rise, and we can progress Ranni's quest, if I do remember correctly. So let's see if I if I made... Whoa, oh boy, that was close. Let's see if I made them the right notes. This would not kill you, by the way, no worries. It just caught me off guard a little bit. All good, all good. Let's go up the elevator and around. And to Ranni.
Ah, not blithe, even in my... It is in my thanks, soon must I... Ah, but before...
And we get the Carrion inverted statue.
A strange... I am sir. I must thank you. May leave. It was but... What is it? I too...
There we go. Exhaust her dialogue. And with the item we just got, we will be able to access... this tower over here, which we could not access before. We will not do this at this exact moment, I think. Well, actually, we could. There is two things I would like to get over here anyways. There is the Church of Vows up here, which is, this is the place where you will request absolution. And there's a grace down here. There is one access to an underground area right here. We will skip this one. And there is access to this tower here. So that should be our next steps to take. But first, let's go to Renala for a second. Alright guys, and the reason for this is because I just want to show you, if you talk to Renala and go to Rebirth, use a Larval Tear to accept Rebirth, yes. Now, as you can see, you can respec up, well, sorry about that, you can now respec up to the level you were. You can't leave a level out, you cannot get runes, and let's say we only level to level 50, you cannot confirm until you invested all your levels again. But let's say you wanted to have 21 decks now, and the 40 vigor, or you know what? Yeah, no, just for demonstration purposes, we would, obviously that's not something you would do, right? But you can now confirm. What I wanted to show off, though, is if you back out and cancel the Rebirth, as you can see, you do not lose one of your Larval Tears because you didn't spend it. So that is something that I wanted to tell you. You could just go in there, play around with your stats, see what the changes will do to you, but then back out, and don't worry, as long as you do not confirm your changes, you will not use up one of your Larval Tears, which are a limited resources. 7 is basically half of all of them I could find in one playthrough. Sure, New Game Plus, you get more, right? But 14 is all I was able to find. There might be more, but yeah. So I was like, okay, I want to get between 6 and 8 on a character when I'm going for a PvP build, because as I said, you never know if you want to respec, right? So yeah, that is something to keep in mind, and just wanted to show this off for a little bit. But that's actually all for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, take care. Bye.